Hi, I'm Erica.
And I'm Pam.
And we're here with our next door neighbor quilt.
It is so fun. Look how great these batiks look. We'd like to thank Island Batiks for their donation of fabric for our quilt. And look at how fun this is, Erica. It kind of looks like a trellis, if you were.
And they've really played that up with the quilting. You probably can't see it, but it's really fun how they've done that. And we've made this with our 9-inch cube and companion.
Correct. So we have a little bit of outtakes here that we're going to show you. This one is really neat to make sure you read through all the directions and follow the instructions. So we're going to today make one of these flying geese pieces. So see, here's the quarter square triangle and the half square triangles that go with it. You'll notice it also uses our chisel die, which is in our companion set. And to go with that is a half square triangle. And so you can see how they're directional and how they work together. So what we're going to do, Erica, is I'm going to cut the pieces for our flying geese and have you sew them together.
I will do that.
So quilters, half square triangle or quarter square triangle. We've cut off the dog ears. The two-tone foam shows us where we can lay our fabric. We don't want to waste fabric. Also,
Heavens, no.
We want to make sure the lengthwise grain is traveling back and forth through the machine. So here is our next, we're going to cut half square triangles. So look how I find this lengthwise grain. Nice and tight. That tight is the lengthwise grain.
Perfect.
I can cut up to 6 layers of cotton fabric in one time with our Go Big electric cutter. So I'm going to again just cover those shapes, put on the cutting mat. Now we're using our 9-inch cube and our cube companion.
Right.
So you could use our Go Baby machine, our Go machine, or our Go Big machine.
That's right.
So I'm going to use the Go Big because how many dies can I run through in one time?
You can do 2 if they're this size.
Look at this.
Now, we've got our mats on there. Remember, you can always use both sides of your mat and move them around a little from side to side. It'll spread out those cuts, prolong the life of your mat.
Great. And we're going to slide our mat off. Don't lift, otherwise the pieces fly everywhere.
There's a little static that's going to build
up. A little
up.
bit. All right, so there's that fun quarter square triangle. And now look, half square triangles. Now, I think, Erica, you're going to need both the green and the white.
I'm going to need one of each. And like you mentioned, this is one where we're really going to pay attention. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out so that I'm sure I'm putting it on the right way. So we're mirroring this one. I'm going to go ahead and start then with this green and get that sewed on. And when I do flying geese like this, I do like to press in between. So I'm going to sew the one side on, and I'm going to go ahead and press that out. Flying geese is a classic shape. It's something that shows up in lots and lots and lots of quilt patterns, Pam. So this is a great way to be able to do it and have them perfect for you.
And sometimes quilters think, oh, flying geese is just for borders. We use them in quilts all the time.
And they're going to give us a great effect here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, press this open, then I'll go ahead, put the white on the other side. Now, like you mentioned, we want to be sure that we're getting these whites on the right sides of our flying geese, and that our chisels are facing the right direction so that we get the effect that we need.
So quilters, we would tell you to maybe find some fabric that you are not really in love with and practice cutting out and piecing those flying geese just 1 or 2 times so they get used to how you want to sew them together.
And this is someplace where I actually would use a little board and have one of my finished squares laid out just like we've got here, so that I've got a guide to keep following, just to keep myself from feeling a little bit too confident and getting screwed up along the way.
I do that often. I think, oh, I got this.
So we've got that pressed out. Now you can see we've got our perfect point up here. This is going to be our 1/4-inch seam allowance, Pam, so that when we sew this into our finished project, we're still going to have our point. This would go here. Our half square would go onto our chisel, and again we've got our dog-eared corners. So this again would line up just perfectly. We'd be able to see our 1/4-inch seam allowance and get that, and we've made sure that it's facing the right direction.
Right.
So again, this is definitely a read your directions quilt.
It is. And you want to make sure, quilters, that as you do it, you have a perfect 1/4-inch seam. You don't want to do a scant 1/4-inch seam.
And keep your seam guide handy to check, because even your thread can make a difference.
There you go. Well, we'd love to see your finished projects here. Be sure and check us out at AccuQuilt.com on our ideas page. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest.
That's right, because at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
So you can quilt more.